I'm Khyra Steiner, and you're listening to Elaborate with K. Elaborate with K. Hey guys, welcome back to Elaborate with K. So today, Pen and I are back, and we are going to be reflecting on my 2024 vision board. So with the end of the year approaching, the new year coming up, I thought it would be fun to kind of walk you guys through the vision board that I created for 2024 and kind of go over, some of the things that I've experienced, accomplished, that I had on there. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. So I'm going to post it up on the screen for those of you that are watching the YouTube video. So if you're not watching, go ahead and go over there, check it out. I'm also going to be posting it on the Elaborate with K Instagram. So make sure you're following that just so that you guys can get a visual image representation of what I'm talking about. So, okay. Let's start it. Okay, so how we're gonna do this is it's like a collage of pictures from my vision board. So I'll go through all the different pictures and kind of what my goal was, what my intention was in putting the pictures on the board, and then I'll kind of talk about if I quote unquote accomplished my goal for that, and just how I'm feeling about it now that it's the end of the year. So yeah, let's get started. Okay. So one of the first pictures I have on here in the front row in the top row is a picture of weights in a gym. And my goal for this was really just to honestly improve and get stronger in the gym. We actually do weightlifting like twice a week, 2 to 3 times a week for track. And so my goal for that was definitely just to get stronger. I think that I've done a pretty good job. I've been consistent with it, like going after practice and everything. I think that we are in a kind of different training cycle kind of thing recently in the past few months. So the exercises that we're doing and the actual workouts that we're doing in the gym are slightly different, but I have been really consistent about it, which is good. And yeah, so I feel pretty good about it. I think that I definitely probably before the summer as well was at a point where I felt really good about my presence and just everything that I've been doing in the gym. So it's good. I definitely feel like I have a lot better form and just a way better understanding and comfortability with being in the gym, which is really nice. So yeah. Okay. The next thing that was on there's a picture of a track on there, and as I mentioned, obviously, I am on the track team. And for me, I think that was just very much getting, some personal records, improving my skills and everything. And so when I made the board, this would have been December, January of this year. Yeah. So our track season actually we start competing, I believe, in February, March. So this would have been before our last season. So I do feel really good about that. I got some personal records, definitely brought some times down that I wanted for sure. I got a sub 26 in the 200. I've been trying to run 25s honestly my entire time in college, and so I think the last time that I ran it, my junior year, I ran 25.8, I believe. So that was a big accomplishment. So I do actually feel really good about just my standing in track and how it went and everything. I feel really good, and I love track. And so going off of that, I have pictures of groups of girls, groups of friends next. Yeah, I don't know. I think that this was honestly, I think, just to remind me to take the initiative and keep in touch with my friends, make sure I'm still prioritizing those friendships and relationships and everything. I get pretty busy during track season, during school, finals week, summer, I'm working, all of that, and so I just really want to make sure that I was constantly reminding myself to, make time for my friends and make sure that we're like hanging out, spending time together. I think that I did a good job of that. Friends, I mean, let me know. But no, I think that I've done a really good job of like, just hanging out with my friends, seeing people that, and making sure that I'm like keeping up those relationships, talking to people that I don't necessarily see that often, just if we no longer have a bunch of classes together, we're in, our schedules are different, whatever it is. But yeah, I definitely think I've made a good point to see my friends, hang out with them when we're all home for breaks, when we have free time, all that. So I think that's good. I have some of the best friends in the whole entire world. I'm so, so thankful and lucky to have them in my life. And yeah, so I think friends was definitely an accomplishment. So check. So all checks so far. The next one is I had a picture of a script, and then I also had a picture of some people shaking hands. And I know specifically that one was I wanted a summer internship last summer, or this past summer, so summer 2024. It's the summer after my junior year. And I think something that they always tell you when they have speakers come and like talk to your classes, and they're talking like the career center, everything, everybody's always like internships. And so I've definitely put that on there because I wanted one. um yeah, and I think ideally I wanted one in the entertainment industry. So I did get an internship over the summer, and it was a great experience. It was very impactful learning. It was fun. I had a great time. I worked for a PR company that has clients in the entertainment industry. So that was actually really great. That was fun, a really fun experience. I feel like I learned so much just about the industry, about both industries, honestly. It was fast paced and it was super informative and helpful. And like, I love the fact that I was able to get the opportunity to, just learn and get like hands on experience working in the industry and in the environment. So that was great. I have all good things. So I think that both of those are going to be a check. The next thing I had on there is pictures of books and like a girl reading. I really, really wanted to get into, just get back into reading. I feel like for me, like it goes through phases. I was a huge reader as a kid. I like would fly through books. I read all of the books in my school's library that were like at my level or around my level. Yeah, I don't know. I've just always loved reading, and I think I still do. I really enjoy reading. I just think that it has become a lot harder with, tracks, school, Black Student Union, podcast, homework, applications, and everything. It's not that I don't love it. I just feel like I have a lot less time to do it. I don't have as much time to sit and, read a book as often as I did when I was younger. But I think this is something that I would like to be better at and improve in more. But I've done what I could. I know that over like spring break, I read some books. I read a couple of books on some flights that I went on. Over the summer, I read a little bit. So, it can always be better. But I do think that I was making the most out of the free time that I had when I was able to take advantage of that time and read books. But I think the thing for me is if I'm gonna start a book, I want to start it knowing that I have the time and the ability to finish it. So that's why I feel like that's why I don't read as much just during the school year, especially during the spring with like track and everything, is because I know that if I start a book and I don't have a chance to finish it within like a pretty timely manner, um, I'll not that I get bored, but I like forget what's happening. And then at a certain point, if I forgot what's happening, I'm like, okay, well, I should just start over, but then that's going to take me so much longer. So I don't read as much during the school year. Over the summer, I think I was pretty good about it just because I had more free time. But yeah, I mean, with going into my last semester, I'm excited to, get back on my reading grind. I'm sure I'll have a little more free time since I'm no longer going to be like a full-time student athlete and everything. So that's definitely a hobby and a thing that I would like to pick up again in the new year at some point. So yeah. Okay, the next one I had on there was a picture of some clothes on a rack, some like really sparkly clothes on a rack, and then I also had a picture of some gold jewelry and earrings. So I'm gonna combine the two, even though they're on opposite sides. I'm gonna combine them. So clothes, I love shopping. That's kind of it. I absolutely love shopping. And I think, you know, I definitely think that with getting older, about to start working, I feel like I mention it all the time, but like obviously my style has changed since from the time that I was in like middle school and high school and all of that. So I think that just continuing to find clothes and pieces that I like and that I'm like consistently wearing, and I feel like I've been doing a pretty good job. Yeah, I got some new jeans recently and I love them. I wear them all the time. They're super comfortable. Um, so yeah, I think that for clothes, I kind of just wanted to continue finding my style, finding clothes that I like, and making sure that when I am buying clothes, I'm buying clothes specifically like I'm gonna wear and that I'm gonna keep wearing, because I definitely do have some clothes in my closet that I bought and I was like, oh, this would be so cute. And I've maybe worn them once or like haven't worn them or haven't worn them in a while. And so just kind of trying to wear the clothes that I actually have and not buy a bunch of stuff that I do not need because I don't need it. So that's it for clothes. And then for jewelry, you can kind of tell I love gold jewelry. I'm a huge jewelry fanatic. If I feel like I'm naked if I'm not wearing my jewelry. If I don't at least have on like earrings or a necklace or something, like I feel like something's missing. It's jewelry and perfume are like the two parts of my outfit that if I don't have them on, my outfit is not complete. It's not simple, yeah. So I definitely had like earrings and rings and stuff on there just because I feel like I've always loved rings, and I feel like I never really knew my ring size when I was little. And as a kid, I think I thought that I was going to lose them as well. I love mood rings and like mood necklaces, and those obviously never really lasted very long. So I've been definitely more into getting my jewelry collection. I'm feeling pretty good about it right now. So as you can see, I have on like some gold hoop earrings my mom got me. I have on my nameplate necklace. You can't see it actually under the shirt, but I have it on. But I think the picture specifically was of rings, and so I have one, two, three. I have 5 rings on, and these are kind of my like everyday rings that I wear all the time. So I have these. This is actually 2 rings. I guess this is a jewelry tour now. But I have these 2 little like pointy arrow style rings, from Pandora, and I just stacked them. Pretty much all my rings are from Pandora. This one is my class ring from high school. It's gold. This is I just plain gold band that I like wearing on my thumb. And then this one is actually one of my favorites on my index finger. It is the Pandora does a lot of different collections with Disney. I love Disney. I grew up watching Disney, watching all of the movies, the princesses going to Disneyland for my birthday all the time. Like I love Disney. And they have so many cute collections, and I've always loved them. But they came out with this collection with the Lion King, collaboration with the Lion King. Like the original one, not like the new one that's about to come out. It's not out yet. Comes out next year, I think. But anyway, they come out with a collaboration with the Lion King, and I remember just scrolling through them and I saw this ring and I was like, I need that. Like I have to have that. And I looked up like which stores had it and stuff. And me and my mom, we actually went to a mall to get it. They didn't have it, and they were like, oh well, they have it at this other one, and like this, I think they just didn't have the size I needed or something. So we went to another mall to go get it. But it's the Lion King Pandora ring. It has all of the Lion King characters on it. So there's like baby Simba, Timon and Pumbaa. It's like, I think it's like the Circle of Life ring or something. Timon and Pumbaa, and then they have like the monkey, the elephants, the giraffes, the deer, and for them there's like a baby one and an adult one of all the animals, and it's just really cute. So yes, that is possibly my favorite ring. I mean, besides my class ring, I love it. It has so many memories. But yeah, so I think that that's a big fat check on the gold jewelry collection. Okay, the next pictures that I had on there were a picture of an airplane in the sky and like the city down below. And for that one, I think that I wanted to One, I wanted to travel more, but I think specifically it was probably for track. And honestly, I had a huge, I traveled a lot last year actually. So I really like traveling. I like going to new places, and I like airplanes. I think it's fun, and I love a good, I'm a window seat girl. I love a window seat, looking over the views. Not specifically the water. I don't necessarily like that, but like being in the clouds or like being above the clouds and being able to see that and looking at just like different cities from above and seeing how like the architecture and just like landscaping, how it's laid out and everything, I think is fascinating. I love looking at cities from like up above and like watching all of the lights, especially like, oh, a night flight coming back into like LAX and you can see all of the lights over it. Actually, one of the flights that I went on, we flew over Colorado and Vegas coming back to LA. And where were we coming from? I don't remember where we were coming from. I don't know. I don't know where we were coming from, but we flew over Colorado. We flew into Denver, actually. I think it was like a layover, but anyway, so we got to see like the Rockies and like the mountains, which was so cool. And then we flew over Vegas, and I got to see like the sphere from the sky, which is crazy. I've been to Vegas, and like seeing it in person is crazy, and seeing it from the sky, I was like, oh my gosh, like you can actually see it. And seeing like all of the lights and stuff both in Vegas and in LA is great. So long-winded tangent, but anyway, yeah, I think that I actually had a really travelful year for me. I went to Arizona, Vegas. This is not in order. I went to Arizona, Vegas, um Iowa, Minnesota, South Carolina. So five. Those are not counting layovers or anything. I went to five states. I traveled to five different states. But within those, we went to Phoenix and Sedona. Vegas again is in Nevada. I went to Oakland. I went up to the Bay. I went to Myrtle Beach and Charleston. We went to Minneapolis, and I honestly couldn't tell you where in Iowa we were. Um, I don't remember. Some random town. I'm so sorry if you live in Iowa. I know nothing about it. Um, but yeah, I think I had a pretty big travel year for me. That's kind of a lot. They were super fun. I love flying again. I love going on plane rides and everything. So it's a big fat check. And then I think the last picture on there is I have a picture of a camera and a book. And so I have a camera. I love photography. I took a lot of photos. In high school, I did photography class actually throughout, I think, middle school and high school. I think I started in like eighth through 10th grade or something. I was doing photography, and I love it. I still love taking photos and everything. I just don't do it as much all the time just because I don't carry my camera with me everywhere. And I want to, but it's so big. I don't carry it everywhere, but I definitely did start carrying it and taking it with me. I definitely did start carrying it and taking it with me a lot more than I did in the past. And so I do have a good collection of like just photos and memories. And I think that that was kind of, yes, I want to take my camera, but I want to make sure that like I have so many memories and like photos. And I think that something that I've always loved is like I love looking through photo albums. Like my parents have so many from back in the day with like pictures of them and their friends, and, like family members and everything. Like I love a good photo album. And so just trying to get back to that because I feel like with cell phones, photos aren't as tangible now. So I definitely would like to print out some of the photos that I've taken throughout my 4 years in college and kind of put them into a scrapbook or a book or something, kind of commemorate them. But yeah, I think I've done a good job of taking photos. I have photos from, all throughout the year, different friends, different people, different places. So it's been good. So I think that's a check. That's a check. And then I also have a couple of quotes on here. So we'll just go through them really quickly. I think there's only like three. We'll just go through them and I'll talk a little bit about them. So the first one I had is romanticize your life. I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory. I think that I I don't know. I feel like we get very caught up in like goals and comparison and like what you want to do, and it's hard to remember kind of like what is important and like what's really good. It's really hard to I feel like people forget about like all of the little things that matter and mean so much when like you're focusing on like big picture. And so for me, romanticize your life is kind of just like look at also look at like the little things and appreciate them. So like I went to the beach and had a bonfire with some of my friends. Just like little memories like that. Me and my friend like went to get lunch and I had like a really good sandwich. Just like stuff like that. Like really just taking a minute to like step back and appreciate all of those little things that you would kind of overlook because they're still good memories. And the next one is live in the moment, which I feel like is also pretty self-explanatory. Which I think it's funny because they're kind of contradictory that I had live in the moment, but also was like, oh, I want to take way more photos. um, but I think there's a way to like take photos and still like be present. It's definitely like don't go to an event or go to a new place or something and like spend the entire time on my phone. Like that's I don't want to do that. I definitely want to like live in the moment. And just like experience life. I think that I did a pretty good job of that. Yeah, no, I've had so many just like conversations, and I think live in the moment to me is very much my the like general quote of my like happy little moments episode. I feel like those were all pretty much pretty examples of me living in the moment. And the last one I had that I will leave you with is this quote that says, your time and energy are your greatest currency. Be around people who value it. And to me, that really just means spend time with people that you care about and people that care about you. It's so important to just like to be around people that you think are a reflection of who you are and who you want to be. Don't be around people that you don't like. You don't like their vibe. You don't like their values. You guys don't share the same interests or anything. Like, at the end of the day, it's not going to be worth it if the friendship doesn't, or friendship relationship, whatever, doesn't make you feel good after it. If you guys aren't like enjoying it together, enjoying spending the time together, then it's probably not worth it. But no, I love that. I had that in the center of my vision board just to remind me. But as I mentioned, I have some of the most amazing friends, family, my boyfriend, love them all. They are the most amazing people in the entire world and have made my life so much better, and I value them. I know that they value me back, and so thank you all for making 2024 amazing. But yeah, that was my 2024 vision board recap. I hope that you enjoyed going down memory lane with me and reflecting on all of the things that I've done and wanted to do this past year. I hope that you enjoyed it. I will be making my 2025 vision board soon, so we can go over that one in another year. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Comment down below. Let me know what was on your vision board, if we had any shared things and how you're feeling about them. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next Sunday. Bye. And yeah, talk to you next Sunday.